Kakadosh Boker Tov, Masechet Megillah Daf Lamed Aleph. We are on the bottom where it says Bepurim v'Yavo Molek v'Rosh Chodesh v'Rosh Chodshechem. Rosh Chodesh that comes out on Shabbat. We have the Maftirin Avayah Midei Chodesh B'Chodshon. If it comes out on Sunday, then they say, right? Vayom Elo Yonatan Machal Chodesh. Amar Avuna. This is where we're starting. The last three words on Lamed Aleph Amud Aleph. Amar Ravuna, Ravuna says, we're talking about now Shabbat Rosh Chodesh Av. Rosh Chodesh Av Shechal Yom B'Shabbat. When Rosh Chodesh Av falls out on Shabbat, yeah, Maftirin Chodshechem u'Moadechem Tzanana Shihayu Alai LaTorach. This is Yeshaya. So we're going to read, right, about Chodshechem Moadechem, which is a certain haftarah, which is mentioning the Puranut, the calamities which will befall the Jewish nation. Yeah, so he says, what does it mean that their chodashim and muadim were a torach for Hashem? Torach means it's difficult, it's a toil for Hashem. Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Lo dayan lahem, he says, shechotin lefanai, it's something that they were sitting in front of me. Ela matrichin oti leda ze gezerah kasha v'olehem. They're actually they're bothering me that I have to think about what gezerah kasha am I going to bring up on them. Meaning, not only did they do bad, they're causing me to start, what should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? That's what they're doing. Okay? But Tisha B'Av Gufim, what do you do after on Tisha B'Av? Amra v'cha ita lezona. Right? Was there, it talks about the avonot, which are causing the sins, right, of the Churban Abayit. So they says, echa ita lezona, how it was like a harlot. Okay? Mikra Mai. What do you read on Tisha B'Av, the parasha? So Tanya, we learned in the right, Achrim Omrim, other people say, we're talking about there in the Klalot, which is in Parashat Bechukutai, we're talking about the Klalot. Which is by the Meraglim. Some people say which is the Meshech of the Parashat of the Reglim. Amarabaya says, but nowadays the minhag is to read Kitoli Banim. Umaftirin, and the Haftarah is Asofa Sipem. So where there was like a kina on the destruction and the desolation of the land. Okay? Fine. Amadot Maaseh Bereshit. How do we know these words? How do we know that we're talking about that they read Ma'amadot? They read Maaseh Bereshit by Ma'amadot. Remember, Ma'amadot was that just like there were 24 Mishmerot Kihuna, so too there were 24 Mishmerot Leviyah, and then there was also Ma'amadim. Right? So we say that the Kohanim, right, we're going to be in their Mishmar, right? The Leviim, Rabbi Duchanam, Yisrael, Ma'amadam. Yisrael go to the Ma'amad. What are Ma'amadot? They read Parashat Bereshit. How do you know that? Amar Rabbi Yami, he says, Rabbi Yami, if it wasn't for the Ma'amadot, which means that they learn the Korbanot, so then the Shamayim V'Aretz will not be sustained. Shneimar, says in the Pasuk, it wasn't for the statutes of the day and night times. Chukot Shamayim V'Aretz lo samti. Uchtiv, and it's written, Vayomer Hashem Elokim b'ma'edah ki Rashena. How am I going to go with where we're going to come? And they're going to inherit it. Amar Avraham, says Avraham in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ribbono Shalom, Ribbono Shalom, Shema Chas Shalom, Yisrael Chotim Lefanecha. Maybe Chas Shalom, Bnei Yisrael, they're sitting in front of you, V'ata Osel Lahem Kedor Mabul, and they are going to be doing to you like the Dor Mabul and Dor Balaga. Yeah, so Amar Hashem, Amar Lo, he says to Avraham Avinu, love, no, why? Amar Lefanav, he says, right, Ribbono Shalom, how am I going to know that you're not going to destroy them like Dor Mabul, Dor Balaga? Amarlo, he tells them, Kechali Igla Meshuleshet, take this Egel Meshulash. What does that mean? Amar lefanav Yimoshulam Tenach, fine, which means bring korbanot. If you bring a korban, I won't do to you like the Dora Palaga and the Dora Mabul. So he says, fine, but that's only going to be good when there's a Bet HaMikdash. Bizman Shem Bet HaMikdash Kiyamati Aleim, what's going to be on them? Amarlo, he says, Kvar Tikanti Lem Seder Korbanot. I made them the Seder of the Korbanot. As long as they read Korban, it's like they brought the Korban, and I'm going to forgive them on all their sins. You see from here that if it wasn't for the Ma'amadot, which are the Korbanot, really Be'emet, the entire world will be destroyed. It's only because we come and we read the Seder of Korbanot, it's Ki'ilu that we brought the Korban, and Mila, because who forgives us. Okay? Next, B'ta'aniyot. What do we read? Brachot u'klalot. We never stop in the middle of the Klalot. How do we know that we don't stop in the middle of the Klalot? Says it says in the Pasuk, Musar Hashem B'niyal Tamas. That's the Pasuk that we read right before it. Which means the Musar of Hashem, my son, don't get disgusted with it. Meaning, if you're going to stop in the middle, it means that you got so to say you wanted to stop. You wanted to put no. Accept it. Somebody gives you musar, you accept it. You listen. Yeah. Somebody gives you on the head. They give you musar. Accept it. Listen to it. It once actually happened to me. Yeah, it once actually happened to me. I remember that there was a famous rabbi that he went and he started giving musar to his grandchild. Yeah, and he gave him mamash, on the head. He gave it to him on the head. So he was just listening and listening. And his friend went and he said to the grandchild, he said to his friend, why didn't you tell your grandfather that you were up the majority of nights learning and you were doing this and you were doing that? Why didn't he says, when a big man is going to give you musar, right? Even if you're not deserving of it, it's always worth to listen. It's always worth to listen. But you listen to it. Okay. Ish comes and he says, we do not bring beracha, we do not say beracha on a purunut, which means if you're going to stop in the middle of the berachot, so then you're only going to be doing a beracha on purunut. You don't know how to do that. You understand? If you stop in the middle of the klalot, what are you doing? You stop in the middle of the klalot, now you're going to make a new beracha. You're making a beracha on purunut, on bad things. When you started the klalot, you never start with the klalot. You always start with the beracha, and then you continue. That's why you always start the pasuk before. I don't know if you really realize. Also in and also in Kitavo, you always start the pasuk before, right? And then you go into it, right? So therefore, the question is, right? It's not the question, but basically what he's trying to say is that Shakish is saying, why don't you make the bracha? Because of what we just mentioned here. Okay, fine. Next, so how do you do it exactly? Tana, you never start and finish exactly in the klalot. You always start a pasuk before and you finish a pasuk afterwards, and that's what we do. Okay, we start Baruch Ata and then Limlot Tishmuli. That's in where? Kitavo. Oh. And in Vayikra, right? We start Ufaniti Alechem. Ufaniti Alechem in Sefer Vayikra in Bechukotai. Yeah, it's Ufaniti Alechem. Fine. So it says now like this. Amar Abai says, Lo shanu ela b'klalot sheb'Torah Kohanim. We're only talking about the klalot in Vayikra. Ela klalot sheb'Mishneh Torah. But in the klalot of Mishneh Torah, posek, you are allowed to stop in the middle. My tama, what's the reasoning? Lashon Rabim Amrot, because the ones in Bechukotai is Lashon Yachid. It's to one person. The one in Kitavo is Lashon Rabim. It's in the plural. Moshe mipi agvura amran. Moshe Rabbeinu was saying it mipi agvura. Ve'alalu b'Lashon Yachid Amrot. This one is talking about only in Lashon Yachid. So here you can, right? Which means like this. One more time. The ones in Torah Kohanim are in Lashon Rabim. The one Torah Kohanim is Bechukotai. There it's in Lashon Rabim. And Moshe Rabbeinu was saying it from Hashem. So we don't want to stop there. But this is the one of the Torah Kohanim. And the one of Kitavo, which is Mishneh Torah, was Lashon Yachid. Moshe mipi atzmo amran. Moshe Rabbeinu was saying it in himself. Okay? Next. Levi Barbuti, so Levi Barbuti, he was reading it very quick, and because she could even understand it. Kamed Ravuna Barure, in front of Ravuna during the Klalot. Amarlo, he told him, Akinavshecha, right? That means what? You want to stop? Like, what do you want to do? Lo shano l'kol Torah Kohanim, lo Mishneh Torah poseh. But in Mishneh Torah, you could stop. Meaning that if you need to stop, you could stop. It's Mishneh Torah, you could stop in Devarim. Yeah? So Tanya, we learned in the Braita. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar, Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar says, Ezra tiken lahem li'isa shikurim kol ha'losh b'Torah Kohanim kol matzeret sh'mishneh Torah kol Roshana. Do you know Ezra Sofer, he instituted that we read the Klalot of Torah Kohanim of Bechukotai before Shavuot, and we read the Klalot of Mishneh Torah of Kitavo before Rosh Hashanah. My time, what's reasoning? We want the year to finish and the Klalot. So by the way, this is a proof that Shavuot is also Yom Adin, because we wanted to finish the year. Right? That's why it says, we want the year to finish, and it's curses. Yeah, well, that's what's saying on Rosh Hashanah also. That's why we're reading it before Rosh Hashanah. But in Torah Kohanim, Atu Atzer Rosh Hashanah, he says what? Shavuot is Rosh Hashanah? And so the Gemara, yes, Atzer Nami Rosh Hashanah, it's also Rosh Hashanah. The time was we learned in Mishnah, Uvatzeret ala perot ha'ilan. Atzeret is Rosh Hashanah for perot ha'ilan. Tu bishvat is for the Ronen. Tu bishvat is what? For the ilanot. And atzeret is for perot ha'ilan. Tanya, we learned in the Braita, Rishon Lazar and Rishon Lazar says, Im yomnu lecha zekenim setor viladim bene. If the zekenim come and they say destroy something, right? And the yeladim say build something. For example, here we're talking about, let's say, like a second floor, right? It says setor ve'al tivneh, listen to the elders, right? Destroy and don't build. Why? Shestirat zekenim binyan, because the destruction of elders is actually building. Ubinyan ne'arim setira, and the building of children is actually destruction. Siman ladavar Rechovam ben Shlomo. What happened with Rechovam ben Shlomo? Iowa, you're too busy with your phone. What happened with Rechovam ben Shlomo? So what happened was that the elders came and they told him, right, let off taxes. Your taxes are too high. And that's to Rechavam, the son of Shlomo. So they went and they told him, the elders came and they told him, listen, you have to put down, what? I don't know. But you have to put down the taxes. It's too high. Then what happened was the youngsters, yeah, for sure, there was taxes all the time. Yeah. So he says, what happened is that he said, the youngsters said, no, you want your kingdom to be put strong taxes. Yeah, put strong taxes. So what happened? Because he went and he listened to the youngsters, what happened? It broke off and they started the other kingdom of the 10 tribes. Meaning because of the youngsters, it destroyed his kingdom. Because he listened to them, he picked up the taxes, right? He made, and the people, boom, they went. They broke off. They made their own government. California. Yeah? Tanu Rabbanam, we learned in the Braita. Makom shemafsikim b'Shabbat shachrit, sham konem mincha. Wherever you stop on shachrit, you continue on mincha. Mincha, you continue on Monday. Monday, you read it on Thursday. Right? Thursday, you read it for the next Shabbat. These are the words that Rabbi mean. Okay, Rabbi Yehuda says, no, makom shemafsikim b'Shabbat shachrit, sham konem mincha v'shlim v'chamishim b'Shabbat haba. You understood the difference? The first shita is that shachrit, let's say this Shabbat, what do we finish? B'shalach. What do you start? Yitro. So mincha of Shabbat, you start Parashat Yitro. What do you read? The Rishon. Monday, what do you read? The Sheni of Yitro. Thursday, what do you read? The Shlishi of Yitro. And Shabbat, you would read the Revi of Yitro onwards. That's what the first Mandamer said. One more time. Sham korim b'Sheni. B'Sheni, Sham korim b'Chamishi. B'Chamishi, Sham korim Shabbat haba. These are the words of Rabbi Meir. Exactly. But Rabbi Yehuda argues and he says, no, wherever you stopped on Shachrit of Shabbat, that's what you're continuing for the rest of the week until the next Shabbat. That's what we do. You stopped by Yitro. By the beginning of Yitro, you're going to do a Minchav Shabbat. Beginning of Yitro for Monday. Beginning of Yitro for Thursday. Amar Rabbi Yizera says Rabbi Yizera Lachag Makom Shemaskim Shabbat Shachrit Sham Kol Minchav Shani V'Chamishim Shabbat haba, which is like Rabbi Yehuda. So ask the Gemara V'leim Alachak Rabbi Yehuda. Why didn't you just say the Alachaz like Rabbi Yehuda? Lamed Bet Amud Aleph 32a1. Mishum de'afchelehu, because some people they learned it the other way around. They learned that Rabbi Yehuda was the one that said to continue going, meaning that each time you continue with the next aliyah, and Rabbi Meir said the opposite. So because there was a difference in who said what, we just said the halacha is what we do nowadays. Wherever you finish on Shabbat Shachrit, that's where you start on Minchav Shabbat Monday and Thursday. What? Every 3 days, yes. Yes. Not on Minchav Shabbat, but on
3 times
Tanu Rabbanan, yeah. Tanu Rabbanan, we learned in the Braita. Poteach vero'eh vegolel umvarech vechozer upoteach vekoreh. How do you do Birkat Torah? Everyone's listening. How do you do Birkat Torah? You open up, yeah, you see where the place is. Then you close it and you make a beracha. And then again, you open it up and you read. These are the words that Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yehuda says, no, you open it up and you see, and then you make a beracha and you read. Okay, by the way, the minhag of Morocco was never to close it again. Was not to close it again. You open it, you see the place, right? You cover it. We cover it with a mavapa, right? And then we make a beracha. And then, yeah, but that's something else. That's after. Which one? Well, okay, yeah, but even though that's what Ashkenazim do, we close. My Tamad Rabbi Meir. What's the reasoning of me? Kedula. Tamad Ula says, Why do they say that the one that's reading the Torah should not help the Meturgeman? So it says, you know that they shouldn't say that the Targum is written in the Torah. Meaning, if the one that's reading the Torah is going to come and start helping the Meturgam, right, the Metargem, the one that's translating, so then they're going to say, 1 second, why? Because it's written there. So it's written Targum in the Torah, and it's not obviously. So that way they shouldn't say the Berachot are written in the Torah. Because if not, if you're looking in the Torah and you're going to say, so the Berachot are written there, right? So he says, Rabbi Yehuda, Targum, you can make a mistake with the Targum. Berachot, nobody's going to make a mistake. Like Kalamite. Amar Bizera, Amar Rav Matra, says Bizera, name Rav Matra, Lacha is Poteach, Peroim Vorech V'Koreh. You open it up, look, you make the beracha and you read. You don't have to close it up again. And that's what we pass. That's halacha. Okay? V'leim halacha Rabbi Yehuda. What do we say the halacha Rabbi Yehuda? Answers the Gemara, Mishum de'avchelu. Again, because they switch. That means some people say it was the opposite of what Rabbi Yehuda said in Rabbi Meir. So because of that, they just said what halacha is without saying who's the author of that halacha. Okay, next. Amar Rabbi Zera Matana says Rabbi Zera Matana haluchot. The luchot. Remember, these are all the same people. That's why we just mentioned him to do with halacha, and now we're mentioning him again. The abimot and by mishum kedusha. So luchot and the bimot, which the king used to read for Parashat Hakel, there's no kedusha, which means that it's not like you don't have to put in geniza like other tashmishe kedusha. So Amar Shefati Amar Yochanan, Agolel Sefer Torah tzarich she'amidenu al tefer. When you're going to do the gililah, you have to place it on the place of the stitches. Okay, because that way you could actually tighten it well. So when you're tightening it, you're going to tighten it on a place where the stitches are. So you tighten it very, very well. Which one? Well, some people say that if you're going to tighten it, even if it breaks, so it will only break the stitches, not the actual parchment. Meaning when you're tightening, try to tighten where it's connected with the stitches. Why? Because worst case scenario, if it breaks, the stitches break, but not the actual.
Wherever the stitches are, it's going to tighten.
Yeah, so try to make sure that wherever the stitches are, that's when you're going to tighten it right there. Don't start doing it in a place where there's no stitches.
So
right?
You should have the stitches in the middle?
Either in the middle or wherever you can. Another halacha, ve'amar Rabbi Shefati amar Rabbi Yochanan, hagolel sefer Torah golom mibachutz ve'en golom mibifnim. When you're going to be golel the sefer Torah, which means that the sefer Torah is going to be, let's say, on your lap, okay? And then so you have to be golel it on the outside, which means the chelek which is found in the parasha, so you have to put it towards your body, okay? And the amud hashani is going to be further away, and that's how you're going to be grabbing onto it. Then golom mibifnim, but you're not going to be megalgel it towards right the inside, which means then what happens is that if it's further away, meaning like this, if I'm going to put on my lap, I'm going to put the two different things. If I'm going to be golel like this, what could happen? This side falls down on the floor, so it's a problem. So if I'm already doing the gillah, I put it on this side and I'm doing it on the inside. So I'm always holding on to the one which is on the outside, so that and then going towards the inside. So therefore, it cannot fall out. You understand? It's always going in, not out.
You can do it on your laps, not cover the door.
At the end of the gillah, when you're going to tighten it, you're going to do it on the inside. But not on the outside, which means if you're going to open up the arms in order to be madeket achitzon on the primi, right? So then you're going to cover the ktav from the kahal. So you have to show the ktav to the kahal when you're doing it. So therefore you're going to do it from the inside so everyone could see it. Okay, so Amar Shabbat Amar Yochanan, Asara Karuba Torah, if there's going to be, right, 10 people that come together in order to read the Torah. So therefore, Agadol Shabayim Golel Sefer Torah, the greatest one does Gililah. Why? Agolel Notel Schar Kulan. This is what we mentioned yesterday. As the one that does the Gililah, he takes the reward opposite all. Amar Rabbi Shmuel Levi says, Rabbi Shmuel Levi, Asara Shekaruba Torah, 10 people that are going to read the Torah, Torah Kibel Schar Kulan. Schar Kulan, so you really think? Elaima Kibel Schar Keneged Kulan. Meaning it's parallel to all the rest. Because Notel Schar Kulan means that if you went up to Shishi and you went up to Shlishi and you went up to Kohen and you went up to whatever it is, so Notel Schar Kulan means that I get all the reward, you guys get nothing. No. You guys still get your reward, but my reward is parallel to all of them because it's the schar of the Gililah. Remember, Gililah we said was Maria Kitab according to the majority of the people, or they do it together, whichever one it is. Okay? The Amar Rabbi Shefati, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Yeah? Amar Rabbi Shefati, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Says Rabbi Shefati, the name of Rabbi Yochanan. Minayin shemishamshim bebat kol. How do we know that we use a bat kol? So says the Gemara, Shneimar oznecha ve'oznecha tishvana davar mechorecha lemar. Your ears are going to hear something from behind you. But what is that? That means, when are we going to pay attention all of a sudden to some bat call? That's all of a sudden, sometimes they hear a bat call. Sometimes they hear a bat call and it's their phone. But no, we're talking about a real bat call, right? So when do they hear this bat call? So it says, Hanemile deshama kal gavra b'mata. If you hear the voice of a man in the city, right, which is not common because usually the men go out to the fields in order to work, right? V'kal itza b'davran. You hear the voice of a woman in the field. So then in such a case, you already know that it's probably a bat call from the Shemaim, right? Because it's a call which is not shchiach. Vehu de'amar hen hen, vehu de'amar lav lav. And it has to be a double language of yes, yes, or no, no. Meaning that's how you know when it's a bat call. And if a person says yes, yes, so you know that could be a bat call. If it's just yes once or no once, then usually it's not. ואמר רב שפטי, אמר רב יוחנן, כל הקורא בלא נעימה, ושונה בלא זמרה, עליו הכתוב אומר, וגם אני נתתי להם חוקים לא טובים. What does that mean? If somebody is going to read the Torah without the Ta'amei HaMikra, right? Or they're going to learn Mishnayot without the song. עליו הכתוב אומר, and the pasuk says they're going to נתתי להם חוקים לא טובים. So I gave them chukim which are not good, which means that from here you learn, some people, they go up to the Torah and they wing it. And they destroy it. No, it has to be with Ta'amei HaMikra. You have to read with Ta'amei. Okay? So Matkif la Baya comes and he asks the question, because he doesn't have to know how to come and start singing, I don't know what. So now he's going to have such a punishment. We're talking about two Talmidei Chachamim that live in the city, and they're not friends with each other. Why? Because basically, I'm going to bring the Mishpatim. Why? Because how could it be that they weren't learning with each other? Right? Two Talmidei Chachamim, they should be learning with each other. Amar Rabbi Parnach, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Says Rabbi Parnach and Rabbi Yochanan. Kol ha'ochel sefer Torah arom, nikvar arom. If somebody's going to take a sefer Torah when it's naked, it's going to be buried without tachachim as well. Arom saka. Does you really think it's mamash arom? Elaim, but rather nikvar arom below mitzvot, without a mitzvah. So below mitzvot, he said, what? Imagine a person comes, he picked up a sefer Torah without any clothing, right? Without anything. He's going to be buried without clothing? No, without mitzvot. He's going to be buried without mitzvot. He says, no. Without that mitzvah. That mitzvah that he did, he lost out. That's why, by the way, that the Moroccan minhag was that we have the tela, the cloth on the outside. Because that way it's never considered that you're picking it up without anything. Okay?
But it doesn't, we don't have it here. In certain ones that we do.
Well, on the small ones, we don't have the how do you call it? The cloth, right? But in the big ones, we do have.
Which small one?
One of those.
Okay, fine. Amar Rabbi Yanai bered Rabbi Yanai Saba mishved Rabbi Yanai Rabbah. So says Rabbi Yanai, the son of Rabbi Yanai Saba, and the name Rabbi Yanai Rabbah. Right? So imagine the talking like the zaken and then the grandfather, was going upwards. Mutav tigalel mitpacha v'yigel sefer Torah. It's better to be megalel the mitpachat, which means you place the sefer Torah in one place, and then you're going to put the roll around it. And ali yigalel sefer Torah, not you're going to put the mitpachat, and then put the sefer Torah around the mitpachat. Meaning there's two ways of doing it. I could put the sefer, I could put here, right, the sefer, and I've got over here the cloth. And what I could do is I could put the cloth around the sefer, or I could put the sefer around the cloth. You understand? So it's better to do that you're putting the cloth around the sefer Torah, and not that the sefer Torah is being around on the cloth. Okay? So there's a mitzvah that you should always read every single moed in the proper time. And Tanu Rabbanan, we learned in Braita, Moshe tiken lahem liYisrael. Moshe Rabbeinu was the one that instituted Sheish Sholim V'Dorshin, Inyano Shel Hayom, that they should come and they should learn Inyano Shel Yom. And we'll finish it with Zat Hashem tomorrow.